Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again. Expect shit to change. That is crazy.
My problem with the current state of Rust. If you're here because you're hoping that I'm going to bash the game that all your friends are playing, you're going to be sorely disappointed. I've played it since it first came out on Steam, and I'll probably continue playing it long after it's not meta. We're at an all-time high player count. What do I have to complain about? Clearly, something is being done right. Rust is an ever-changing game, and as new things are brought in, more people that haven't played the game for a while get curious and want to try it out again. With the relatively recent addition of helicopters, Rust coming out of beta and becoming a lot more expensive, and all the interesting things that we've got to come from the next few patches, there is a lot of hype around the game right now. Will these players stay? I don't think so. And that's not because the new players are going to get destroyed by the guys that play 40 hours every week. It's not for their lack of experience, it's because Rust has completely lost its progression. I know what you're thinking, Max, progression? This isn't a story mode game that I play. I want to get into the game, I want to get all the best guns, and I want to kill the server population by raiding everyone, and then complain about why the server's dead on the third day. People typically don't raid online because it's so difficult. This means that you can log on the second day where you've put a good 25 hours onto this server and you've just lost everything because people sat there pickaxing your base while you're asleep. This is the reason that you guys love watching YouTubers so much. Playing a single wipe on Rust is a 9 to 5 job. You have to be on the server for as much time as possible to get the most out of it. It's not a casual game that you can just jump on and play for a few hours.
And yeah, he's also good at PvP, especially with the crossbow.
Don't get me wrong, you can just jump on for a few hours, have a little base, annoy a couple of people, but you can bet your ass that the second you log off, your base is gone. Now that time isn't wasted, because time enjoyed isn't time wasted, but I think there's a very easy way that we can increase server longevity, make the whole experience a lot more interesting, drastically reduce the likelihood that you're going to get rolled by a full group of geared guys with AKs on day one, and increase the fun for everyone in general. And the best thing about this is, the answer is already in the game. We just have to implement it. There's been a lot of different ways to research weapons, to craft weapons. We've had blueprint systems. If you're a long time player, I don't even need to go into this. If you're recent, just be thankful for how easy the current system is. Do you guys remember the XP system? Workbenches were implemented so long ago, I don't even know how long they've been in the game now. But here's my plan. Here's how we stop people getting C4 and AKs researched on day one and just roaming around murdering everyone. Because let's be honest, the AK is the ultimate gun. Whether you're in close quarters, long range, on a boat, in your base, on a roof, hunting animals, killing nakeds on a beach, eating, sleeping, even if you're AFK, the AK is the best gun. Now, I've spoke about nerfing the AK a few times before. I'm not going to bother going into that. My plan is we limit the workbenches, and it's that easy. Day one, everyone can only have a level 1 workbench. This means everyone is running around with revolvers, pipes, crossbows. If you find an AK or a Thompson or a Bolty or an MP5, whatever, in one of the rad towns, fair enough, you can use it, you can research it if you want, but you can't craft it because you can't create a level 2 or 3 workbench until day 2 and 3 respectively. This means that people probably aren't going to offline you on the first night because everyone's just got satchels and maybe some metal pickaxes. And whacking a couple of garage doors down is a great way to deter people from even thinking about raiding you. This means that the low tier loot is going to be relevant for at least 24 hours. And instead of just skipping straight to the top tier guns and the top tier gear sets, you can enjoy each stage as Rust always has. At the end of the day, you can't play a survival game and just have all the highest unlocks. You need to work up to things. It just seems a bit pointless having access to everything so easily. On day 2, when level 2 workbenches are released, you would have prepared for the new blueprints. You'll have materials set aside to craft guns. You'll be going out thinking, yeah, this is great, I got my Thompson, I got my semi-rifle. Again, it's a level playing field. And again, raiding is going to be relatively unlikely. Server population stays high, people stay interested. The sense of progression is there, people want to log in and get prepared for the next day, all the next blueprints, until the third day. Once everyone's got explosive ammo, C4, rockets, all together, the server moves up together. It's going to create a much more interesting experience for every single person in the game, regardless of whether they're used to having guns on day one or not. There will still be players who are very casual and don't get up to the top tier guns by day 3, but this means that they're still going to have a really good first 2 days on the server. It's still a level playing field even for the casual players. If you want to play more, you have a bigger base, and people who can't play as much or just don't want to, they don't feel segregated. They feel like they can just jump on the server, have a good couple of hours, relax, and they know that when they log in the next day, everyone else isn't going to be at the top tier level 3 workbench with all the loot. It's not to say that you can't kill someone who has an AK when you've only got a revolver, but you can still do that on day 3 when you've still just got your revolver and everyone else has got all the top tier guns. This system takes nothing away from the gameplay and adds the opportunity for everything. Look, I'm not just complaining and whinging about the game. I also have AKs by the end of day 1. You've seen my videos, you've seen how many. I have boxes and chests full of guns that I just don't know what to do with. Our main base is built by the end of day 1, and the next, as long as we want to really, is roaming around just shooting everyone. And doing the same thing over and over again is frankly fucking boring. I've got nearly 3,000 hours on Rust. The amount of that time recently that has just been walking around shooting people is phenomenal. Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm not just bashing the game. I think doing this is going to make a much more level playing field. Whether you have 6 members in your clan or 1 guy, there's a limit to what you guys can be using. And there's still opportunities to use higher tier weapons, but there's a danger with it because you can't just craft another one if you die. We've tried creating a plugin for this on our servers and we just cannot do it. I don't know the technical side of it. I really don't understand the whole software and programming and whatever, but I've been told by a reliable source that we can't set it up on our servers. No, I don't think Facepunch is ever going to implement this. I don't know what your opinion on this is, but I like a game with progression. I like to have something to work towards each wipe, as opposed to just doing everything as quick as possible and being on the same level as all the big clans on the server. I like playing 2 times because that means that I don't have to spend all my time gathering. The Maxidus servers still ensure that there's only a 1 times on sulfur, so everyone doesn't have tons of gunpowder. Shameless plug. So just to answer the question that I'm sure I'm going to get in the comments section below, Max, are you going to be quitting Rust? Well, absolutely not. I love playing Rust, but I like playing it a lot less than I used to. I've thought about changing my channel and bringing in other content, but I've decided to do something that I've wanted to do for about 2 years. And taking this break away from Rust has given me the confidence to just go for it and believe in myself. I'm going to be making a series of Rust videos. I'm currently writing the scripts for them. I really don't want to go into it too much because I don't know how it's going to turn out yet. So I don't want to give you guys what I think is going to happen. But it's going to be a piss take out of Mears' survival series sort of thing. It's one of the reasons my channel is named what it is. And as I said, it's one of the things that I've always wanted to make. Let me know down below what other thoughts you have about changing Rust for the better. Is it in the perfect place already? Are you happy with it? Do you agree with what I've said in this video? Make sure you let me know down below. I will be reading all the comments on this video. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. I've been keeping in touch with you guys on Discord and sending you pictures about my trip to Germany, so if you're a patron and you're not in the Discord, you're missing out, dude. And as always, have fun, guys.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?